Sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. You got
Already
You can't help
laughing.
it. It's because
my
there's an issue there already.
There is an issue,
is
and it's the issue that I don't do well with.
Well, I think there was cussing.
Oh, yeah.
Did he let out a cuss word when we first came in? I think he did.
Very much so. Sorry, I was taking
Yeah,
a drink of my cold drink because it is
Because you're
hot
sweating.
as fire.
Yes, it's
fire.
hot. It's 84 degrees in the studio today.
That's
Because somebody
okay.
left on the heat when
But
it's
why
80
would you
degrees.
turn on the heat?
I'm guessing, and I'm not going to say it.
Yeah,
I know where you were
I'm
going.
not going to say
because
it.
I believe there was a rogue life group. I mean, a rogue.
There was. There was a
podcast
rogue.
with women in here.
Yeah, but we didn't change the temperature
Not
We did
that you
because
knew
I was
of.
in charge.
Oh boy, he was excited about that. BFT was there.
It's got to
Blunt
be
for-
cold for me to switch to heat.
Well, if you hear an occasional drink, it's because it's hot.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Scott's got some suntan going on.
Yeah, so it's even extra hot for me.
Yeah.
There's beads of sweat on
Yeah.
your head.
Oh, yeah.
You can go to YouTube. I don't think you can
Right.
He
see
got
it.
some
It's
good
right
color
here.
on him, though.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
good.
trying to get tan.
He's
Yeah.
walking.
I'm walking every day, trying to lose a little weight.
Oh yeah, not eat.
Yeah.
We didn't even eat lunch today.
No.
You said no with me.
Yeah, well, I did eat something like around 2:00. So I'm
You
good
did?
now.
Yeah.
Had a little salad,
Wow.
grilled chicken salad from Zaxby's.
That guy this is a new man.
Scott
I'm trying
Odom.
to change a new leaf.
Change a
Turn
new
over a
leaf.
new,
Turn
change
over
a
a new-
leaf.
You can change a leaf if you
Yeah.
want to.
I figured during the COVID crisis, might as well try to get healthy, right?
Yeah, well, why not? It's almost
Hey,
over.
what's
Come
the
on,
name-
isn't it almost over?
What's the name of your book title?
How COVID saved my life.
Yeah.
Scott Odom story.
Forward by John Hagler.
Yes. Benediction by Justin. Is there not a
I don't
benediction?
think there's a benediction.
Oh, there's not.
Yeah.
No. Epilogue?
Epilogue.
Yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
That's magnet. So here's the deal. We're actually going the late afternoon podcast.
Yes.
Because we had a bumpy morning.
We did. There was some turbulence
There
this
was
morning.
a lot of turbulence this morning.
But I'm just glad, Scott, you're here. Because you were
I am,
saying
too.
you weren't sure you were going to make it, and it wouldn't be the same without
Yeah, just
you.
to be transparent to our 3 listeners.
Carl's
still-
wife, thanks for...
Yeah.
She wants to know.
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
Carl's
thank
wife,
you.
Mark Perkins,
Yeah.
and Chet.
Yeah.
I'm still having some bouts with anxiety, but it's working itself out. I'm working through it.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm proud of you
Thank you.
because you are doing good.
Yeah.
You walked the river the
Yeah,
other day.
twice. I've
Not
done-
on the river.
Yeah, no, I'm not Jesus.
No. Trust me,
I'm
nobody
far
made
from
that mistake. They don't go, oh, is that G? No, that's not something.
Mistaken identity.
No, that's not going to happen. Not of anybody in the Simple
Oh,
Church. We're
that almost
trying,
came out
but
my nose.
no, we're not there. All right, so let's get it. We've been criticized sometimes of being a little too off the cuff. All right,
Too
so-
much foolishness is
yeah,
what we've been.
all right, but let me just.
Foolishness.
Is anybody watching The Last Dance with Michael Jordan?
No.
I want to, but PlayStation Network will not cooperate.
Okay, so this is just for sake of giggles. And Scott, I'm gonna give this to you because we can put it on your social medias.
Ooh.
Are you ready for this? And we talked about my friend Stuart who was battling COVID in his home now and doing whatever, but doing whatever. He's doing well. Yeah, he's doing well, not whatever. He might be doing whatever.
Yeah.
I bet
Who
he's
knows?
locked up a while. Whatever might be happening.
might
He's
be.
married. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You put me down in the hospital for a while. Shoot, I'll be whatever.
Oh,
All right, but anyway,
no.
so here's a picture from when we saw Michael Jordan play baseball.
Look at Stewart.
There's Stuart and Kelly and me, and there's Michael Jordan.
Wait, where are you?
Wow.
That is when Michael Jordan left playing.
No, where are you in the picture?
I'm in the baseball cap.
I thought that was Stewart's son. I didn't even know it was you.
His son wasn't even born yet, probably.
No.
Yeah, that's true.
No, but look at that. I look real excited to be there.
Let me
Yeah,
see
you
again.
did. With
I
your
didn't get
Atlanta
it.
Braves hat on.
Oh,
I
yeah,
the
you're like,
Braves. That's for
great.
Jerry
Just
Abel's
take
son.
the picture.
Wow.
Yeah. But Charlotte Gomez sent this to me today, and she had a really cool post on it, so it's out on social media. But we'll put the picture of Scott. I'll send it to you. I think Evelyn's going to try to do it, but that'll give people a reason to go check out your socials. I don't know what socials are.
My socials.
Yeah, but it's pretty cool because Michael Jordan
Podcast.
actually talked to Kelly's wife. I mean, Stewart's wife, Kelly. And Charlotte.
Not
he
Kelly.
actually had a conversation. Like
Like what
they
kind
said,
of
hey,
conversation?
can we take your picture? And he said, not right now. That's a
I don't
conversation.
think either person sounded like
Yeah.
that.
No, but it's close.
Probably said no right now.
No, he was not. He was smiling, man.
Yeah.
That's just
He was
awesome.
happy.
But that's pretty cool. That
Who he was playing baseball.
Yeah, you don't know the story. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Well, I knew he played baseball.
Well, not a lot of people did. So if you did know that, that's impressive.
Yeah.
You're advanced.
But he
Not really.
played in the minor leagues, and he was the Birmingham Barons, and we went on a senior trip, and we stopped to see Michael Jordan play baseball on that senior trip.
History.
It was pretty historic, and I hadn't watching the show. I made Angie watch it. She didn't really care, but now she's into it. It's pretty fascinating. If you like information and inside information, and that dude was competitive.
Yes.
You have to be.
No, but I'm talking about like when you watch it with this ain't the podcast on The Last Dance, but so competitive that nobody that he came in contact with, that he got involved in, whether it was a golf game, throwing quarters against the wall, he was going to win. And played all the way until
He won.
Makes me think.
or lost a lot.
Reminds me of Scott
And it's
Odom.
hot in here.
Yeah.
It's hot.
I'm
It
sorry.
is.
It's affecting my
I feel
performance.
like I'm wearing like a sweater
Yeah.
That
with a jacket on.
here, I'll take your picture so you can post this later. Because that's. But look there.
I need my towel so I can wipe my
That's all
brow.
right. So here's what we're really getting into. Forget Michael Jordan for a minute. Competitiveness. I actually was just trying to navigate. We got some stuff to talk through.
Let's do it.
No,
Because we realized that at this point, we've no COVID updates. We're just trying to figure out what's going on. So as you're trying to figure out what's going on, that it is an unprecedented time because no one knows. We got a call that I can't talk about right now. 2 minutes before I walked in here about graduation, and they're trying to figure different things out, and it's changing by the minute, by the hour, by the day, depends on what's going
Yeah,
on.
Monday's a big day because the governor's
Yes,
supposed to
yes.
give us an update. So everybody's kind of waiting to see what that's going to be about.
Yeah.
So here is one thought.
I don't think the update's going to be positive. That's just my opinion.
I bet it will be.
Like I'm talking about.
You can't do that,
No.
man.
Sorry.
I have a feeling that whether he likes it or not, that I'm talking about governor. I have a feeling that people gonna go.
Well, they've already gone.
yeah,
Like,
they said they're looking at your phones.
Yeah, they're tracking.
They know we're 6 feet apart right now. Wink, wink.
They're tracking.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? We're not
I like how you wink. You said wink, wink, and wink, wink.
because it's audio and visual.
Aha.
There are people listening that can't see us.
So here,
Wink, wink.
but here's, in my opinion, on why there's so much movement, because the original. So he's choking on his Diet Dr. Pepper. Wow. Thank you for pulling the mic away.
Man.
The reason
y'all got
why
me
this
tickled.
weekend was such a big deal is the original quarantine ended April 30th. And
If
their
you'd have
mind,
asked me that in a trivia question, I could not have
that
answered
was the
that.
original
Could
date.
you have answered
Really?
that?
Yes.
Wow.
That was so when May 1st came, which was Friday, they said, "We're done." And they started just going
Well,
and
the Home Depot's been going for
a while.
during the
Oh,
whole
But they
thing.
really
Gosh.
fired it up this weekend. I actually went to Lowe's this weekend, and I was like, I've
It's
never seen this before.
unbelievable.
The good thing about Lowe's, at least they let you walk in the garden center.
Right.
Home Depot, figure it. Is it that big a deal to not walk through a plant?
Will they not let you walk through the garden?
No.
center? Really?
No.
Well,
Neither
that's
will
silly.
Walmart right now.
That don't make no
So
sense.
how are you supposed to shop for plants?
walk
and
around
You
the
vegetables?
walk
other
around.
entrance.
You got to walk through the main entrance.
Here's the reason.
Go back around and come back out.
You know the
Oh, my
reason.
gosh.
Yeah, they're supposed to be
Count.
counting you.
Whatever. You can't
I'm telling
count.
you, ain't
can't
nobody-
count in two locations.
Ain't-
and
Don't get
add 'em
mad at
together.
me.
Nobody, I tell you, not that I've been to a lot of stores because I've actually, because I've been freaking out and staying in my house. but the few times I have been out, no one's been counting me except for one store, and that was Halton Brookshire's. But they counted me as I walked in the door, and that place was packed. So I was going, why are you counting? Because you're not keeping me from coming in.
Well, they were just trying to make sure. They were trying to make sure you were covered.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, but hold on.
Yeah.
On that note, when I was in Kroger's today, Kroger's has the largest plastic shield I have seen in any store.
I think they're trying to compete with each other now.
Yeah, it
It's like,
literally.
oh, you think your shield looks good?
it,
Let's
it
see what
goes-
I can do with
yeah,
the shield.
it's huge.
It is.
shield?
It's getting
Kroger's. It's
turned
ridiculous.
into a competition.
Did you see the? And I don't have a picture of it, but did you see the guy that invented an outfit you can wear to go to concerts?
No.
Oh my gosh,
What's that?
It ain't no joke. It's like a helmet. Looked like a. I can't even really say it. It just looked bad. It just didn't look right. It was
Like a hazmat suit?
It had a full helmet head thing on it.
Kind of like
with
my
a-
hair in the 80s?
but with a breathing apparatus. But it was a rainbow color.
Oh.
Hey, you got to look all this stuff. You can't
weird.
make this stuff up. And I said, man, I looked at Angie. I said, who in their right mind going to see the Eagles going to look like a Fruit Loop walking in there? Who's going to do
The
that?
closest I saw
Ain't
was...
nobody.
Well, have you
Ain't
seen
gonna happen.
have you seen Chick-fil-A's rain?
Yeah,
Apparatus.
You sent that picture, and my kids thought that was a joke. I said,
That's
Uncle
no
John
joke,
sent
man.
that.
That's real.
That's what them parents did out at the soccer games when it was raining. They set them little pod things in and
Yeah.
watched their kids in the rain.
Yeah.
But this Chick-fil-A's got them out there taking orders.
It's like a
It's supposed to rain.
personal capsule.
It's supposed to rain Thursday. Go by Chick-fil-A and see if you don't
It's
see the
quite a
little
sight.
space capsule out there. They're
It's
taking the
it's
order. That's Christian
unbelievable.
chicken. Go order the
They
Christian
have
chicken.
their own little rectangular capsules they wear that
Like-
covers their whole body.
Yes.
While
It's
they're
strapped at
standing,
their
or-
waist.
Yes.
I'll send it to you
It's-
where you put
hey,
it on your socials.
Hey, it's similar to what they're saying you'd wear to go to a concert.
Yep.
And I said, my brother's hot in here with this air conditioner rolling. He ain't gonna wear a plastic suit around to
Well-
listen to the Eagles. That ain't gonna happen.
Like when I was out, so I've been walking like the parkway. I've been walking from the CenturyLink to the boat launch.
That's what I'm talking about.
There are people out there in masks, and I really am afraid. Like one day, because those people, they're older people, and they're like, as they come by, it says, and I'm like, oh my god, they're gonna pass out in that mask. What
Yeah.
am I gonna do?
What would you do if they did?
I'd keep
Walk
walking,
on.
and
I know what he'd do.
I'd call 911.
Thank you.
Yeah.
At least be a citizen.
All right, come on.
All right, let's get
we're
focused
getting there.
here.
Let's get back to church. We're not in this to discuss the world. We're discussing the
Us.
church.
Us's.
Well, because we got to figure it out too.
I know.
Are we gonna have little plastic suits to wear on if they ever
No,
come
sir.
back? That's
Oh,
what.
I hope we would.
Now, as cold as it is in the exhibit hall,
Good night. You talking about this is hell? You went into Alaska last Sunday,
I brought an extra
dude.
heater.
It was so cold. I taped things that on my upper body here that you ain't supposed to tape. Cause I told Angie, I said my own wife's there.
Yeah.
And then she got home and said, "Oh my gosh!" And I said, "Well, they got to come off."
And that was with 3 heaters running on.
So I said 1, 2, 3, and that tape said "shaka wow" and
That
came
hurt,
right off.
didn't it?
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
But I was trying to protect the viewers and everybody
We
else.
appreciate
Band-Aids
that.
work much better.
No, man, it was cold.
We've
son.
got something coming for him. So take care of that.
Yeah, that's good. I'll be back this week. We got women takeover though. It's Mother's Day.
It is.
Yes.
This Sunday.
This
Mother's
Sunday.
Day
And
is not canceled.
Thank you, John.
I will
Thank
make
you.
sure you know.
Well, and we
Because
got
don't mess up and not buy something for your wife.
well,
just
but there's
'cause of COVID.
there's a bunch of debate on that. Is your wife your mama?
No.
Then why are
but
you
she
buying
is a
something?
mother of your children.
Yeah, but that should be your kid's job. They need to run out.
Come on, really?
They need to run out on
I don't
the
know
street.
how your household works.
I'm going to tell my kids, she ain't my mama. My mama's in
Yeah,
heaven.
good luck with that.
Heaven.
You better
in
go
heaven.
take them with you
No,
to shop.
she's still at the trailer.
She ain't in the trailer. There ain't no...
Hey, speaking of something mama related real quick that touched me, is I found out this week that Ashley, my youngest daughter, goes to Mama's grave 2 or 3 times a year and puts flowers on it.
Oh,
I was like, I was
sweet.
stunned. I was like, and she never said a word.
that is sweet.
I thought, now that kid
That little
gets
butters.
it. She's a tender heart.
And you don't, because you ain't gave nothing.
No.
You don't even drive by there. and
I've
look
been
at
by
it.
there a couple times.
Where is
That's
she?
hard.
Where is she?
Right there by
Hillcrest.
the- Right
Oh,
there by
really?
your,
Yeah.
No wonder she visits.
Yeah, she just
Yeah.
comes on
She
over.
comes right on over.
She don't
That's
drift
sweet.
far. Yeah,
That's
but it is
butters.
sweet. But I was just thinking about kids and Mother's Day and stuff.
I
so-
still got the mental picture of Butters in my mind when she was little. That thing was something else.
Oh my gosh, she's beautiful.
I know it. Well, she's still beautiful,
I
but
know.
she was a cute,
I got some good looking kids,
good looking
man.
kid.
You
Thank
do.
God for your wife. All right, back
Yes.
to it.
That's right. Sorry about that.
All right, where was I?
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. That's coming up. So there nobody can go in the building, and we're all trying to figure out if you can social distance and put this person there. And we were taping stuff. Dude, dawg, we ain't giving no final answers, but that's all just monkey business. I don't
Well-
even know how you get all. And everybody says we're going to social.
Let's be fair, because
It's
we
monkey
actually put
business.
pen and paper to it with your buddy's help.
It's
there.
monkey business.
We took one of the risers, which is they
You
look
like
huge.
monkey business?
I do.
You're muting yourself laughing, but that's monkey business. Is good.
But look, this is stuff the viewers need to hear.
Okay.
One of the risers, they
Listeners.
look big.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah,
if
so
you've ever been there when we've had a riser,
Yeah.
the big riser in the back that kind of makes it like a stadium
Yes.
seating. There was one set up, so we were
Yes.
like, with chairs. So
Right.
go ahead from there, John.
And
Make
we
sure they
and
go.
we with some smarter people than us that do math.
Yes.
Because we both don't
Joe
do it
Old
too good.
was one of them smart.
Yep.
Postman.
We figured out
not
at
wearing a
the-
mask.
Yeah.
Postman not wearing a mask.
No,
He told us.
he
Sunday.
did. At the most, you can put maybe 60 people on that whole riser.
I'm talking about
And
like
that's
one
if
of
they're
the,
related. That's if you
That's
had
if they're
families
related.
sitting together.
So I'm going, how in the world?
60 people.
So we saw Fellowship Church over in Dallas.
It looks.
It's weird.
It's well,
And
yeah,
then
because
you can't touch them. You can't hug them.
Yeah.
You
Right.
can't talk to them. You can't shake their hands. You're wearing masks. You don't. We won't even recognize
Yeah.
people. Be like, who's Lone Ranger over there? Tonto. What? Who's that? They here to rob us, or they here to visit the Lord?
well, no, because
Because if you can wear anything from a bandana, a bandana.
what?
you know,
What's a
got a
bandino?
bambino, man.
If you wear a bandana to a mask, man, you don't. I'm sure the convention center would just be real happy about that. There's about 9 criminals out there with masks on wanting to come to church. I mean, how do you know?
Well, but back to the
Sorry.
fellowship, because Evan sent me the video of that, and I will tell you, it looked weird and disconnected. Because fellowship is a large building.
Large church.
And they looked like they had about 10 people in the audience because everybody had to be social distance. You could only sit by family. All the staff and everybody welcomed you in, all had masks. You couldn't tell if they were smiling or not. It seemed just weird.
Could you wear, excuse me, could you wear like a face shield where you can see your smile?
Yeah, that's come up.
But how, this is,
But even with the face shield, that's weird looking because then you look like a dental hygienist.
yeah, or like a welder without the right
Yeah.
equipment on.
Well, this
You
is
know how they have the welder shield?
yeah, I like that. This is the crazy
Or
part.
a weed
though.
eater. You know how I have one that was a weed eater shield.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wear that when I
We
preach
use
this
them when
week.
we're-
Please do.
I'm gonna come out. No, I think I'm gonna wait till I update it. When I come out and go, welcome. I got
Then
my
you
weed
flip
eater.
it
That way-
down before you start.
Yeah, that way when
then
you
I do the
spit,
head nod.
yeah, when you spit, it'll catch it. Too.
Oh, that'll be
And I've
nice.
talked about the spit zone for a long time. There's a lot of people. Thank you if you've ever sat in the front couple of rows. That's called the spit zone. And
Here.
they're backing up now. That'll be a vacate. They'll be not in that.
See,
area.
here's why the face shield may not work though, because most people are misunderstanding why they want you to wear a mask.
It's
they're
so
not
you
even
don't
sure
infect somebody.
Well, they're not even sure it's airborne. The issue is touching your face.
That is correct.
That is why they want you to wear a mask. It is not because they think you're going to transmit it airborne.
well, now hold on. I'm not trying to second guess y'all.
I'm serious.
Well, then why in the world did I just listen to a bunch of guys on the radio talking, yesterday, about how far a cough went?
I don't think they know.
Because they said it's in the spittle,
Right.
and they went
Now,
for
that would
they
be
went for a
different.
light cough and they're saying that a cough goes minimum, a medium cough goes minimum 9 feet. So they said 6 feet is just.
Is there like a cough competition?
They
Yeah,
got these scientists
it's in
in
the
there.
Olympics.
They got these scientists in there with these little machines and
Wait.
doing little puffs of air and water and
Are the machines coughing?
yes, they make a fake machine. A machine makes a
Fake cough.
a fake cough, and they measure the distance of the water droplet.
But okay, hold on.
I'm just telling.
No. I'm not saying that's not happening.
COVID no more.
I'm not
done
saying
with it.
that's not happening. I'm just saying, why wouldn't you get someone with a cough in there to cough?
because they might die. They
Yeah.
would much rather do
I'm
like
not saying
water.
get somebody in there with COVID.
And then
I'm
you're
saying
like-
get somebody in there with a cold.
And it might just be a little time consuming. You need to cough? Not yet. Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Do you have a 9-foot cough or a 6-foot
Yeah,
cough
get
coming?
somebody with asthma. They're
I
coughing
feel
all
like
the
I've
time.
got a 4-foot one coming.
yeah.
That's all I can do today.
I kind of want to cough right now.
Well,
Don't
that's
do
fine.
it. Pull your mic away if you
Yeah,
do.
mask up. 'Cause
Please.
We're
Hey.
6 feet, wink, wink, apart
And
from each other.
I did wear my mask in the store today.
Thank you.
When you restocked our
Yes.
Coca-Colas.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Can-
water.
didn't you? Yeah, we'll get in that in a minute.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so
So Mother's Day, and
Mother's
we're
Day.
not meeting, and
No.
they got a lot of cool things they're going to do. They're
the
going to
ladies got some ideas.
Yeah, and if you're listening to podcasts, you get a bonus exclusive ahead of time. They're going to actually have 4 locations.
Yes.
They're going to provide free coffee or drinks throughout the community. So if you want to get out and get rid of the rugrats for a little bit, and you deserve it, Mama.
Right. This is your break.
This is your break. So they're going to station some people out, and I don't even think I should tell them where it is because I don't know exactly.
Don't do it. You can't remember anyway.
No, I don't. I'll mess it up. But
I do know it's from 3 to 4.
yeah, from 3 to 4 o'clock on Sunday afternoon.
I'll
if
be
you
out
need
there.
we're going to be looking for you, Scott. If you're a single mama, his numbers are 318. I'm not going to do it, Scott.
But if you're single,
Follow him on the socials.
and if you're a redhead, how you doing?
Good. He's
Sorry.
specific. I don't know what. Anyway, mamas, they're going to go from 3 to 4, get a free drinks, and they're going to be able to do that. Because we've given away drinks. That was the whole thing, if you go back to it. When we started Sandwich Church, I don't know of a lot of people that were giving people donuts to come in the sanctuary 13 years ago.
Oh, no. That was like,
That you couldn't do that.
that's taboo.
So there might have been, but I don't know. So now that's almost common that people can have a nice. We had Krispy Kreme back then. Krispy Kreme.
Why you want to bring that up?
Because they never go bad.
They don't.
But that Southern Made is hard
Southern
as
Made-
a rock within 10 minutes.
Well,
It's less than that.
But heaven when it comes out the fryer.
I'd say a Southern
puff
Made
of
donut.
heaven.
I'd say Southern Made degrades after
Minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah, it's probably accurate.
Anytime.
No,
well, 'cause
hold on a
it's
second.
like-
Out of the box, yes.
Yes, out of the
But
box.
in the box, it'll
Yes.
hang there for a minute.
Thanks for clarifying.
But you also got to have Borden 100% whole
Yeah, don't-
chocolate milk.
Right. Not none of this.
Angie came home the other night in the refrigerator.
No.
And I don't even know how it's made. Who has a cow with 1% milk in it? But we found him, and he was chocolate. And I told her, I said, that right there ain't worth even putting it. I don't know how much you paid for it, but that is useless. And I said, you know why there's a half a gallon in there? Because there ain't a good enough person to drink out of that. Ian probably drank that first half gallon and went, that's 1%. And it'll ruin. That thing will stink. You'll be pouring it down the drain because I ain't drinking that.
Boy, you got passionate
Man,
about that.
Because have you ever had
Oh, I.
1%? What's chocolate water?
Yeah.
You don't put Bordens on that. That's chocolate water.
Well, they do have a chocolate water,
That's
too.
stupid.
They have a
It's called a
chocolate
Yoo-hoo.
water?
No,
I know.
yeah, no, but
Yeah.
I like
I'm
the
talking
Yoo-hoo.
about Borden whole
I
chocolate
know.
milk.
You want to chew your milk before you swallow it.
It clogs your arteries while it's going in with your donut.
Ugh.
Why wouldn't you?
Yes.
That's what
Now,
I'm saying.
I remember last summer we all got to go on vacation as a staff, which was awesome.
Thank you, Bacchuses.
And one of my highlights is you and I went and got hot Krispy Kremes
Oh, it was
and
like
took them back.
it was a river.
How many
of-
did we eat before we even got back?
Too many, but it was a river
half
of
the
love.
box.
That's right.
was
Sorry
a-
about that, guys.
It was a river of love,
I know it. Way it just coats
flowing
it.
and white, like just coating.
I
just-
may
yeah.
have shed a tear.
It was beautiful.
I think I sat there for 30 minutes and just watched them.
Oh, that's fascinating.
I think somebody said it. It would be heaven to lay on that belt and just let your body run in there and just open your mouth. Yeah. Just eat it.
If I die, that's what I want to. If y'all just do
that would be good.
Now, what's that got to do with Mother's Day?
Because I was
Absolutely
going back to,
nothing.
we used to get, no, it does.
Oh,
We
it does.
used to
Tie it in now.
give stuff away to people, whether
Special
it was,
donuts.
yeah, like Father's Day, we do meat products. I mean,
Yes.
you do sausage and you do,
Protein.
but on Mother's Days, it'd be like a little delicacy. What on the
Oh,
little thing?
we had
Like, little drinks and little
muffins.
muffins. And okay, so you
Lemonade.
can't do it during COVID. So
but from 3 to 4, some of them are going to
yeah,
get
they're
it.
going to get a muffin or a drink or whatever they want to do. But my point is, it is weird that in the midst of all of this, that all of that's changed. Church, the way we did it, is changed. And so people have been asking, when are you going to talk about what it's going to look like? Well, I think not Mother's Day, not the next. We're going to do graduation. My baby's graduating.
That's right.
My
Congratulations.
baby, we got Jackson Rose grad. We got a couple of people graduating, so we're gonna do a little graduate thing. But that following May, I believe 24th, I'm gonna talk about it from the pool pit.
The poop pit.
Well, I don't have a pool pit.
No,
I mean,
you
that's
don't.
just a place to stand.
From the music stand.
And it ain't even really there anymore either. It's kind of off to the side. But the reason I say that, we're giving them a preview in here.
This is
Because
for
that'll be 3 weeks from now. We'll know what the governor's gonna say. We're gonna know what the climate's looking like. But we can give them some insight right now. And I got some things I want to talk about on that.
This is
Hopefully,
like
when you tell them, you won't be as sweaty.
Well,
night,
no, I
man.
bet I'll be cold and tape included.
I'm starting to feel a little bit of cool come through that door.
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so here it is. You
All right,
ready?
give it to us.
Here's one thing,
All right.
and this is a heavy statement.
Come on.
So this is off of my boy Kerry Newhoff, who is just trying to figure it out too.
Great leader.
Too many church leaders will step right back into the past the moment they step back into their building.
Ooh.
And I thought, well, we better think about that now.
Mm.
So what is he saying? Your innovation.
We're in trouble
I
already.
bet he won't call me as a guest.
No.
I bet he goes, who is that redneck down there?
By the way, can I just say,
yeah, you can just say anything you want.
you are much more country this afternoon. Like, just in general, your accent has been really country.
I don't know why, Scott.
I'm not complaining.
I have
about
a
it.
theory.
Do you?
It's the heat. It's hot in
I
here.
feel like I'm a farmer right now.
Makes you want to innervate an air conditioner.
I'm baling hay. I am riding a truck throwing hay right now.
Oh, I've done that.
Anyway, so his challenge was, and this is, the crisis that we're in is a cradle for innovation, and the future belongs to the innovators.
Mm.
So why do I say that, and why am I thinking about this? Because, all right, we got to get back. We just got to get back. We just got to get in the room. When we saw what in the room looks like with fellowship this past weekend, that ain't innovating.
I don't like that.
It didn't feel, so then I go back and go, so what does the future of the church look like? Now, we've heard a lot of people say that they love watching it online.
Yep.
I do.
But you're coming back to work.
Yeah.
But maybe, right?
We'll see.
There are a lot of people, and Carrie's being one of them. This is a guy who's studying churches and figuring all this stuff out that says, and this is another kind of a tripped out analogy. Man, what is
Analogy.
You are
I am a
struggling
farmer.
today.
baling hay.
I like the afternoon, Justin. It's
Yeah.
just, it's wild.
Wow.
Yeah,
This is like 11 o'clock, Justin.
Yeah, so here's what I'm saying, though. Isn't it amazing to think about the mall that you grew up with back in the 80s?
Mm.
And do you think that in the next month, 6 months, that the mall might not be in existence?
It was in trouble
yeah.
before COVID.
Okay, but so what are we saying? Times they is a changing.
That's right.
So if they're changing, and his analogy was the church, if not careful, will be just like the mall trying to figure out, well, we got to try to figure out how to do this while Amazon's launching and shipping everything to their house and people are in the comfort clicking and there they go. It comes back to their house. So we're going, let's think about this. So if we're here, a lot of these other, well, no, you just got to get back. And I'm not saying there'll ever be a non-personal church, because the church is personal and it involves people and it'll always involve people. But what those people are doing and how those people are meeting and what you're challenging them to do and empowering them to do and encouraging them to do might be drastically different from what we've experienced up to this point.
Hey,
Because it already has.
I'll
but
give you a real-time this weekend example of how right you are on the change.
being an innovator.
The innovator, I went to the hardware store and bought the biggest gargantuan mailbox they sell. So big that my wife looked at me like I'd lost my mind. And the reason is because most of what we buy online now.
Yeah.
And Joe Ohl said, look, your best bet is get a big old mailbox that you can fit those parcels in so they don't get wet, so they don't get stolen. I'm like, we're on it.
Yeah.
So we're changing the way we shop.
I have. I've ordered more off of Amazon, and I've started doing click and pull because it's just
Yeah.
so much easier.
And they're saying that this is a reset for shopping. They're
Okay.
not going to go back to.
So so I'm going back. I hear you shopping, and I'm with you. So pull it back into us.
Yes.
So if any one of us, and nobody predicted this, that I know of, maybe some monk up in the mountains might have said it, but they monks say a lot of mountains.
They say a lot of mountains?
They say a lot in the mountains.
In the mountains,
Oh, yeah. There's
okay.
a lot of chanting and bell ringing and candle lighting. There's a lot going on with them monks. But I got you, Scott.
Oh, no.
Because I can see it.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
picturing. Them monks all sitting around in their little outfits and lighting candles.
You think they shop Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
I bet they do.
I bet they got
I
like.
bet they're like, and they can't, some of them can't talk, which that's just, I can't.
You don't
even-
have to talk to shop Amazon.
No, but I'm talking about like can't even looking like wink,
Oh.
wink. I'm getting that little heater or that little whatever. But here's what I'm saying: is nobody saw us where we would be now.
No.
and we don't know what the future's going to look like. But one thing that is true, I didn't see myself doing a podcast.
No.
I didn't see myself doing a pre-show and a post-show and social media and all of these other things because we're going.
You know what you call that?
No.
Innovation.
And well, here's another word for it.
Innovation.
It's pivoting.
Ooh. Pivot.
Like that.
Pivot.
So it's like you're having to kind of, well, I just think I'm going this way. I better kind of adjust. So businesses or churches, and what's interesting, and this is what I was saying earlier today. So I'm glad we're getting it out now because I got to get it off my chest. Back in the day, there were people that said the organ should be the only instrument in the church and the piano. They went crazy and said, we're going to go with an organ and a piano. And they did not believe that that would ever change or should change. Now, if you really look at it, you can hardly find one, and you really may not want one. So I did a wedding over at Brown Chapel at Centenary, and they were freaking out about that little organ and moving that stuff. We don't move that. We don't touch all that. And I'm thinking, it's been a long time since, because we grew up with piano and an organ.
We did.
So then I'm thinking, well, now, I remember when I came back from Nashville, even here in Bossier City, there was big debate over drums or no drums or good. And I was going, man, in Dallas or California or wherever, it doesn't matter. East Coast, West Coast, people were doing drums and guitar, but not here. So why I'm saying that, in the simple church, what we want to be and what we're trying to be is obviously honor God, put Jesus first, get people to Jesus, remove the obstacles that keep people from getting there, but then innovate to make that happen. So before it was, we're going to be in a theater. We're leaving out of the building and going into a movie theater. Why? Because it's a way. It's not the way. We're not saying a building's wrong. We're not saying the theater's better than the church. You were just doing that, and it helped you reach people. We did music. We did video clips. We added donuts. We're making it shorter, no offerings. All of that was some innovation, learning from other people, trying to go, hey, how are we going to? So here we are now, fast forward 13 years, and we were excited because we'd close the church down 3 or 4 times a year, like, hey, go out there and go love on somebody or go meet this need or solve that problem. And people, I don't know how y'all can do that. You've never taken an offering. And God's blessed us. So here he is. He presses the pause button and says, innovate again.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going back to all I hear from other churches and including some of us as we're trying, well, how are we going to get back? What's it going to look like when we get back? And he's going, maybe you ain't supposed to get back.
Right.
Like, maybe it ain't supposed to do that. So here's part of the deal. Like, Evan is a younger guy, and some of the others were like, they were pushing for some of the innovation and, like, we need to be doing this and that and the other. And I'm like, that's fine. I'll video or say or do whatever you want me to do. And then we were out there trying to make it happen. But now we're realizing a bunch of people from a lot of different places are watching the Simple Church from Hawaii to Hong Kong.
Right.
Yeah,
like I used 2 H's.
That's alliteration. That's, well, never mind. I was trying to think of another alliteration.
Don't overdo it.
I was going to say Donkey Kong. No,
not the alliteration.
No.
That's that afternoon.
Yeah.
You remember Donkey Kong?
I
though?
do.
Yes.
That's a fun game.
Oh, man, jumping them barrels.
Yeah.
That
that
was
was
awesome.
good.
But it wasn't alliteration. But my
No.
whole point is, it is pretty crazy because we don't know. Like,
Right.
that I kind of had an idea of, like, man, it'd be cool if you could do, wearing shorts. John, do you remember, I'll take you back,
Oh, boy.
when we were at First Bossier, and the big debate was, Scott, this is what people do not remember, and this is in my lifetime. This is real as real gets. And we lobbied and won the right to wear a denim shirt with a logo instead of a suit and a tie.
Yep.
Can you imagine now? I'm gonna tell everybody to wear
And
it.
I felt like we had climbed Mount Everest
Yes,
to
Denim
wear
shirt.
denim.
a denim long sleeve shirt. It was nice.
Yeah, with a logo embroidered.
And
It
we
was
had an
embroidered.
embroidery logo.
What, did
And
you
then
have your
people-
name on there too?
No.
No. Oh, no.
And then other people moved on. They went with the polo.
Yes.
It was like there was this movement of, well, I guess it don't really matter. And then it went back to Sunday night church. If
Yep.
you take away Sunday night church, the Lord is coming out of heaven.
You remember how we
with-
negotiated that?
I don't remember.
This is going to make you chuckle.
Okay, hold on. I'm taking a drink on
Yeah,
it.
go ahead and get you a drink. But in order for the staff all kind of got together and we said, look, if you take away Sunday night church, we'll make Wednesday night awesome.
And you know what happened? people really didn't vote on Wednesday night for about maybe a month or two.
And they went away.
And that's what I'm saying is like we were trying to push innovation in those environments.
That was in the 90s.
And it was complicated, and it was slow adopters. And there were other people doing all this because it was about programs. Be in this building, more and more and more. You need to do more. You need to be more. So, in what's irony of all ironies, we're at 2020.
That's right.
I had to think about that. Only reason I do that because my baby's graduating. That's the
I
only
hope
reason.
you know what year it is.
Well, it's blurry at times. But in 20,
the heat.
But in
It's
it
the
is
heat.
hot in here. I am a farmer baling hay.
It's going down my double chin.
Yes, that's all right. But it's hot.
but we're doing it for the people.
It is. This is so that Carl's wife can have a podcast that means something to her.
It does.
So but my point is, we didn't really know. We were thinking that was really out there,
Right.
and it come to find out it really wasn't very out there. So now, and the only reason we were doing that, well, there was two reasons. Selfishly, we didn't want to wear a suit anymore.
No, sir.
That
I
was
never
true.
wanted to wear one in the first
No,
place.
Who would?
Well, we didn't grow up wearing suits going to church we went to, but that church thought that was the value at the point. So not every church did, but we went to a small little country church. They didn't. The preacher wore a suit, and we had to wear like monkey pants. Remember that? Like
They weren't.
Monkey pants?
That just means slacks. They didn't have monkeys on them.
No, but I don't even like wearing slacks. And now I don't like wearing slacks. That may surprise you, but I don't.
No, that doesn't.
I don't even like wearing long sleeve pants.
John don't wear pants, but
sleeve pants.
How often do you wear pants? I mean, I know you have shorts on. I mean,
Like when I have to.
yeah, you don't.
Like if I'm doing a funeral
Or it's
Right.
or a wedding,
bitterly cold.
it has to be pretty
But it
cold.
ain't-
It has to be under 39 degrees for me to even think about long sleeve pants.
yeah, long
Long
sleeve.
sleeve pants.
Anyway, so now I'm coming back to people are probably thinking or they're trying to figure out what is the innovation. Mm-hmm. So part of what we are experimenting with, and I think what people are figuring out, is that from the comfort of your home, the safety of your home, if the technology is available, which it does eliminate some people. There are older people that are struggling with that. There are some people who don't have internet. Benton, get internet. I would elect whatever mayor, governor, I don't care, right, left, independent, middle. If he could get internet in Benton, he's won my heart. He or she, they
So
won
you
my
have a
heart.
single issue platform.
Yes. You got internet? And he goes, well, I'm really on this. Do you have internet in the plan? Do you have a connection to get the wire from? And there's some out on one side of the lake they have it, and on one side they don't. It don't make any sense.
This is a common issue that comes up in this podcast.
But it's bad because it brings me and my wife trouble because she takes forever to do anything because she's in there 5 hours on the internet.
Hey.
And I told her last night, I said, Angie, it's not that you're slow. It's that the internet out here is a little mouse running all. You're taking the note that you just drew of a picture you want for and running it down the wire all the way to Bossier City, putting it in a computer himself, waiting on the response, and then running it back.
I just see the little squirrels just running.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, Angie's running another T-shirt design.
Yeah, and just got another design. I'm running down to you guys.
And
okay?
then she's sitting there going, I don't know what's taking so long. Honey, the mice are not that fast.
I actually enjoyed that mental picture because I like little critters.
Yeah,
You
they're-
do. You have a little stump for them.
I
So
do.
innovating. So if y'all were guessing, because right now what I'm saying is people can see the pre-show
Right.
and there's like their Facebook. So if you haven't done it yet, you can talk to us on Facebook while we're doing it, and then it's live, and you get up and you still do a message. But see, we were already like a little different in the music side of it, and the people don't understand this. But I heard it most of my life, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong. The majority of people think they sing too much. Like when we were in other places, they were like, "My goodness, would you stop?"
Especially men.
Yeah, they're like, "That's enough of the singing."
45 minutes of singing, then an hour of preaching is too much.
Yeah, but I mean it's a method. But I'm saying that's where it comes back to that we already kind of were going, "Hey man, we're going to reduce that and create another environment to go a little longer than that." And we're inconsistent, but that's the theory. So now I ain't heard nobody complain. I mean, like you're able to enjoy the music, or like, oh, I like that, or see this, and Chip and them have been doing good on the way they're shooting it, and
Really good.
editing and recording and all that stuff. But I'm trying to think. okay, so that's just the way they're receiving the information.
Right.
And that may change that's in your home or your car. And you don't even get in a building. So then my thought today was, if you're innovating, and again, I ain't saying this is what we're doing. I'm just thinking. We're in a think tank. It ain't the shark.
A think tank.
It's a think tank.
It's a think tank. It's kind of like if the what did we say? The tips for the apocalypse.
Yeah, Apoco tips for the Apoco.
Yeah, this is the think tank.
think tank.
So in the think tank,
That is kind of catchy.
yeah,
Think
Instead
tank.
of think tank,
yeah,
it's
no,
a
it's
think
tank.
tank.
Yeah,
Think
that's,
tank.
That's the South.
Mm-hmm.
They may do a think tank in the East Coast and a think tank on the West Coast, but down here we do a think tank.
I like it.
Yeah.
So, what if you watch that message or you do whatever it is, and it really is about your friends and your neighbors then putting that challenge into action in that local neighborhood or community, and it's not about every Sunday gathering down somewhere or all the way over there or trying to figure that out. It's like it would free up some time if people would. And the only way you would be able to evaluate it or not is like, okay, say we need tutors at Bossier Elementary. And you go, hey, we're in this general area. We're trying to solve that problem. We want to love on these kids and represent Christ to these families. And now we're going to give you 30 minutes back of your time. You're not driving, or maybe even an hour of your time. Sure, it's another part of the week, but you gain that to do something on Sunday. So you go, would you be willing to give that hour to love on that child in the name of Christ? Because we're going to give that back to you in another environment. And you do it with your neighbor. So if it's you see them, you're not trying. It's not a stranger. Who am I serving with? It's like, no, man, it's me and you, and we're going to go do this to help with this. The reason I say that, in the past 13 years, you've seen that happen. Whether we're painting a school, guard. We don't paint school guards. That I know of. Have y'all? No. And that's we'll put that in the think tank. Not in the
Just
think tank.
picture a guy and
Yeah.
we're just spraying
Stand
them.
still. We're painting you. But I'm a god. Stand still. I don't need
It
another.
made me think of
aerosol.
like New Orleans when them people paint themselves from head to toe
yeah, they
and they
do the-
stand real still.
And make you spooked out when they move.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want a guard. If I want my guard directing traffic, not trying
painted.
to spook me out.
Oh,
I like
my
that.
gosh.
So, but you've already kind of done it because they're like, hey, our life group's going together to do this. Or
Right.
I even ran across a video last week because I was looking for something else, and where your life group changed oil on all those women's cars.
Mm-hmm. That was fun, dude.
Yeah, because and it's still very easy to do if you go, hey, man, we're going to give you the hour back. But, like, that's where the community, you're going, man, these are my guys. These are our people. We love doing this. We love cars. It's the camaraderie. Let's rotate, and some greet, and some change the oil. And, well, that's maybe the future of the church.
Right.
It's like, sure, and yeah, you may get together to watch the message together, or y'all may just be talking about it. Because if you don't have to social distance, maybe it's forcing people to think about the way they do church and what being a Christian or following Jesus is, which is not sitting and listening or sitting and singing or standing and singing. It is actually following Christ out into the margins and solving a problem in his name, and it's freeing you or encouraging you or challenging you to do that. And he shut the doors to try to go, I don't know how I'm going to get these jokers out the building. I can't shake the salt out. I can't even say it.
Shake the salt?
Shake the salt out. That's
I thought
the
you were
salt
going-
of the earth.
I thought you were going to say and shake the stalk.
It could have gone a lot of places, but thank God it only went there.
I wasn't sure what you were
He had
trying
to shake the church to get the salt
Right.
out.
Worldwide.
So it's like, hey,
Yes.
man, y'all ain't listening. Shaka, shaka, shaka. And then next thing you know, it's like, get on out. You ever
Wow.
shaking your salt shaker? And
I've
it does
never,
that?
my salt
Mine-
shaker has never gone shaka.
Nobody
shaka.
can say that. It's salt shaker.
That's
Salt
alliteration.
Yeah.
Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong.
So anyway, but what if that's really, seriously, what if it is? And then what I was thinking, and then y'all can let y'all can tear up the idea or whatever. And then what if that in that process of trying to figure all that out, that it's smaller gatherings of people more regionally so that they don't drive as far, even when they come together, so
Right.
that you don't risk anything. It's like, hey, well, it's a little bit smaller gathering.
Right.
And then occasionally, with no COVID and things are going on, big celebrations like Easter, hey, man, all of those groups come back together to do whatever they're going to do. But you would do it more regionally, so you're not driving all. We've done regional and we've done campuses, but this would even be smaller and a lot of them, not just 3 like we were doing before.
Right.
Anyway, throw it out there, innovators.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the church leaders have recognized that, and I keep using the word, it is a reset. Because you said it earlier today, we were talking a little bit about this, that most people believe they're not going to flock back to the church.
No, because it's too risky.
Yeah, it's too risky. And let's get past the risk. Let's say that the risk is not the issue anymore.
Okay, I'm going to challenge you on the next, but say what you're going to say.
Yeah, but let's just pretend for a minute that COVID there's a vaccine and that's solved.
Okay.
Okay. The other dynamic you're messing with here is convenience.
And comfort.
Comfort and convenience.
Yeah, so here's what I was going to say. But this is why innovation is so key.
Right.
Because if the product stinks, you ain't watching it.
I understand.
That is true.
So it's the same thing we said when we were trying to do church, do it differently. There's a lot of great churches doing church the way they've always done it. And what they're doing is and I was a part of this, we're going to build a better building or something that makes you think we're better than where you were going. Come to this one, or we're going to experience this because it's going to be different. Better. It's not
like amenities.
Yeah, amenity. It's like I hate to say this word, but it is very similar. It's a country club kind of deal. Like if I'm going to be a member, what is in this?
Come join our church.
Well, yes, thank you. That was
Yes.
Please look at YouTube at his face.
Mr. Howe.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, that is somewhat the way it's designed right now.
Right.
It's like we're going to outbuild or out-provide someone else in the hopes that you will choose to give your money and your attendance here. And even in that model, all of those churches would tell you, because we were a part of that. We're not saying it's right or wrong. We're going, that's just the model. That across the board, they were saying attendance was already going down.
That's right.
With millions being spilt. Man, it could be spilt or spent on buildings and programs. It wasn't necessarily resulting in higher attendance.
You think some of them spilt their offering?
Yeah, I promise you they did.
I just pictured a pastor on a building with a cup like this, just pouring it over.
But so
yeah, it makes sense.
So
yeah.
then all of a sudden now, so if you go, so God was going, and think about if he was like, this is not what I was thinking.
Right.
How am I going to get everybody off of this? And then God's like, I'm going to allow, he didn't cause it. He didn't kill your relative or your friend, or I'm just saying he was like, the future and people's eternity is so much worth it. I will allow the enemy to think he's going to knock us off track, and I am going to use that, which was meant for harm, and I am literally going to try to do something that, because crisis dictates innovation.
Right.
So it's like he knew this. Like you're not going to innovate unless you're in a crisis. They're not going to do it. The church is not going to think about it. They're not going to try to get.
Because they were good.
Yeah, they're like, we're good. What difference does it make? I'm all right. And who's got the best? And then they got. I like their children's thing, and I like that old guy that does this. And they got a nice Sunday school room for my kids. Well, we'll go over there. But it don't change. You're not doing what he asked you to do.
Right.
You're not actively pursuing or becoming like Christ, because that's the irony. To follow Christ means to die to self. That's not very popular. So to die to self is, okay, it's not about me. How can I serve these people? Or what can I do to stretch myself to get uncomfortable? And he's going, the church is way too comfortable. I think we got to figure that out. Now, I'm not saying this is gospel. I'm thinking out. I'm in a think tank.
Well, I will say, and I can't remember where I read this, and it was last year or even before that. I believe it was when I went to Big Stuff last year. But one of the things they were talking about, interestingly enough, is in New York and your larger cities, that was already becoming the trend. People my age, which I'm in my 30s and younger, were going, we don't like the big, huge box anymore. We want the small, intimate experience. So they were finding, like in New York and places, people were meeting in apartments, and they were watching Hillsong or a large church in the apartment. There may have been 20 or 30. So that was already kind of the trend in some of the bigger cities. So it's just interesting to me now that I do agree with you. I think that is the innovation or where it's probably heading.
And now I'm going to really throw a monkey in the wrench.
Monkey in the wrench?
A monkey wrench in it.
Oh, wait, hold on. We got to clarify for the audience. Are you throwing a monkey into the wrench?
I don't really know what I'm doing. That's not surprising to anyone. What I'm saying now is, okay, so let's say that's the deal.
Uh-huh.
Imagine for a minute,
Oh,
go
the
with me on a
people.
journey.
Okay.
Go with me on a journey.
Yes.
Imagine for a minute that you're a pastor that has done the very opposite of that.
Okay.
You will reject that and say it's crazy and that's not right because too much is at stake.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going back to, it's like, say you're right, Scott. Like, the one thing that I'm thankful in the Simple Church is that it's fluid. It's a little flexible. You can go, wait a second. Looks like the culture's changing. Wait a second. Because some people are going, up Christie Road said somebody saw her today, like, y'all going to have problems down there in that public building. No. The truth is we actually got less problems than when you have a building that you can't afford to pay for or you don't know how you're going to meet the stuff. Because I get it. And I'm not wishing that on anybody. I'm saying that we're going, hey, what do y'all want to do and what is the way? Because crisis helps you to become an innovator. Where if you go back to the same thing and you keep doing the same things, you don't reach anyone new and it doesn't transfer into the future.
Right.
It's like things are changing. The malls are closing. You shop online. You stream movies. You don't go to Blockbuster anymore. Everything. I mean, you don't even go to Redbox anymore.
No.
So like something that was crazy as that idea is like, that's gone. And it's going quicker and quicker and quicker. So then the church, which there are certain elements that will never, ever change. Jesus Christ died on the cross. He shed his blood for us. He is the only way to heaven. But methodologies are constantly changing.
Yep.
And now it's probably freaking everybody out a little bit. But that's where I appreciate, like, this is one other little quote on this. If you see online as an add-on to your church, not the future, you will miss the very people you're trying to reach.
Ooh, that's a heavy statement.
Because that's where it goes back. Well, no, we'll just throw it out. I mean, they'll get there. And I'm going to give you the next one and we're working on this. We've actually, you'll get it. Because I don't want to say what I'm doing because it's not at a place to say it.
I understand.
But
I even know where you're going.
I'm going to give you a hint.
Don't want to give too much away.
You can't have a massive impact online when you spend 1% of your staffing resources on it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go back to the way it was. Okay, I was a middle school pastor. We lobbied, we fought, even with this jackrabbit sitting to my left. That would be John Hager, the executive pastor. I'm like, dude, you got to put some money down here if you want to try to do this because at the time it was about how do you. I remember when I came in Stewart Hall, which again, doing so much better, and he was the youth pastor and I was this middle school pastor. When we came in, they wouldn't even hire me and split middle school and high school in the 90s because they're all students. So you were trying to teach a 7th grader or 6th grader the same lesson as a graduating senior and putting them all in the same room at the same time and said, now people go, that's silly. We would never do that now. We have middle schools and we have high schools. At the time, the church was way behind, not understanding the development of a brain of a 6th grader versus the development of a brain of a 12th grader and where they were in life and the stages of life. So that was not that long ago.
Right.
So now we're kind of right back in the same thing going, wait a second, guys, don't get hung up on that's just what you like or that's what you think. You got to be willing to go, wait a second, maybe it is an online thing. So I even had the thought this afternoon, another think tank.
Uh-oh.
Well, what if this is the future? So when I get up and preach a message, or a preacher preaches a message, he preaches to the crowd. Mm-hmm. And the crowd consists of a varying degree of people. Mm. So it's Mama, she's down here, and then you got a high school senior, and then you got a single, and you got a married, and you got a divorced. And so there's a lot of times that the message is, what's funny about that?
Because you were a single, a divorced,
I'm just saying
Sorry, that just made me laugh.
Yeah, well, there's A's. There may be multiples. Thems.
Thems.
But while they're all out there, I was sitting there thinking today, and I was telling Evan, I was like, what if in the future it's that, which is silly, but it's true. Yeah, you're having general messages for everybody. That's possible. But what if, because it's online and it doesn't come back to, I only got 10 o'clock, 10 to 11 to get this message out. What if it is by age that's when they're tuning in at their convenience? so that it's more specific to what's going on. So when you're going, and they could watch it at any time, and then you're coordinating. So, for example, Scott, who's single, instead of hearing a message about marriage or whatever, not to say you couldn't learn from it or not to say you couldn't do whatever, but obviously the topics would move and you change. But if it was specific to things that generation or that age was going through or that stage in life, topical or whatever's going to go on, and you're going, hey, man, this is what Jesus is talking on this. And then there is a event that is driven by the region that is linked to that says, hey, you've just heard this message, so maybe all these people are doing it. And now we're going to meet at Chimmy V's, and we're going to have another little meet and greet, and we're going to discuss that. But come on out and see us. So the church now is not like, come to church, sit and listen to this, come to this building at this time. It's like, no, we're going back in the world. We're going to give you the information that you may need, and then we're going to say, hey, meet us over at this location, because now all of those people would have a chance to do that, as opposed to sit in this building at 10 o'clock on this time and then go back in this room and everybody's going to be over here. What if all of that changes where it's moving?
I like that a lot, actually, personally. I really do. I love the idea of that.
So then it would come back to young couples. It's the same thing. So like if there's a preschool mom, so now even down to preschool moms, you don't have to come to Sunday school at 9 o'clock on this day.
Right.
You're going, look, the preschool, Christy A., she's going, hey, man, I'm going to, so the new minister's job, now this is a think tank. I'm throwing this out. But Christy A.'s job then or the different ministers, is content deliverable, but there's a physical connection to the person. So it's not like you're watching Andy Stanley in New York. You could, because we're doing that in life groups now already.
Right.
I thought he was in Atlanta.
Whatever. He is.
He is in Atlanta.
He is. He might be.
In
Andy,
New
I don't
York.
care. He might be He may be the only guy who took a flight to New York because there's nobody there.
Yeah, it's like
He could be,
$300.
but he lives in Atlanta. But so you could still use other teachers, but the practicality of meeting that need is like, hey man, preschool moms, we're going to do a hangout at this Starbucks for this region. So I'd love to see you. I got some little handouts for you, or I got some tips for you, or I want you to help. We're tips. That was trying to
You
get
said
it out.
tips.
Yeah. Tips. Man, dude, I am a farmer baling hay. Is it?
It's hot.
It
It
hasn't
ain't getting
cooled
cool.
off.
No.
Call
I'm
the
trying
air
to-
conditioner. Did we not pay the air conditioning guy? Good.
No.
Please tithe. Our air conditioner
Yes.
just went to 85
Yes,
degrees.
please.
So when you're describing this, what it reminds me of is back when I was in retail, and you were too. They were just starting to talk about tailored offerings. So they were realizing that you couldn't have the same product in every store and every location across the nation. You had to adjust it based on the customer in that market. I know that sounds shocking, but
You were in Eckerd, so
Yeah.
a drug company,
yeah, so in the drugstore
convenience
business,
store.
prior to the late 80s, every store had the same exact product.
Yeah, I know.
It didn't matter if you were in
Really?
New York or
Yeah.
if you were in Southern California. There was no consideration of where the store was located.
Did not know that.
And then finally, the buyers started realizing, you know what, we're not selling any suntan lotion in Alaska.
Not in Minnesota there either.
Right.
So it came
What
back
voice
to the,
that was.
I don't know.
Right.
It came back to the demand. I mean,
Yeah. So going back to what you're saying is you're realizing that you have, I hate to use the word customers, but you have various levels of needs in that room, and you're going to try to, in theory, tailor to that need.
right.
That's cool.
All right, so you ready?
Yeah.
This is another. It kind of goes with what you're saying. I'm only got one book in my life that I would like to write.
Okay.
Wow.
It's going to be the word. Had no thought of this until I read this. I mean, that I was going to talk about this. I have the outline. I have notes written over my lifespan, but I've never told anybody that other than Angie.
I think you've mentioned a book before. Let's
Yeah,
see if
maybe.
it comes up
It
again.
is. The book is called The Power of the Unpredictable.
Yep, I've heard that before.
So that's a working title.
I like it, though.
Like think tank.
I like it.
But it's the fact that unpredictability has a power to it. So you watch the football game because the NASCAR race, because what's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
You watch The Bachelor. Well, what's going to happen?
I
Although
don't watch
I'm given
that.
there's a woman audience.
Oh,
Carl's
sorry.
wife was like, "Yeah, that's
Well,
right."
and Adam. Women and
Yeah,
Adam.
that's right, Adam. Yeah, Adam. We love
All women and Adam watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But my point is that that's why we tune in, or that's why we do it. Is like, and there's something to that. But then the secondary part of it is the most powerful moments that are burning your mind, even through this podcast we've learned, were the unpredictable moments. COVID, Teresa seeing John in Brookshire's when she
Not
threw up.
throwing up. Or
She didn't throw up.
Just saying. In her mouth she did.
No.
She kept it in.
That's disgusting.
Well, but what I'm saying is, like, you didn't know that was happening.
No.
You went in for a hamburger and found a wife.
That's
Can I get
a
an
good
amen?
deal.
I went on a church visit and found my bride on the porch.
And I'm still alone.
Hey, and you know what's going to happen, Scott? And you know what's going to happen?
What?
It'll be the most unpredictable moment that it's going to go like, man, I'll never
Oh,
forget
yeah.
that.
I have hope.
Yeah, you do. And I'm just telling you. So, but I was going to go back to also the ones that are burnt in your mind are 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, some people predicted it, but you didn't know when. Now the words 9/11 have a connotation that go forever.
Yep.
So all of that stuff's going on. But so here's the quote, which that was a whole nother thing. And the God part of that, by the way, is he was very unpredictable. Although he's very trustworthy, his methods are unpredictable.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Can I get a burning bush amen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like nobody
it's
thought
definitely
like that.
burning right now.
Yes.
Not- I mean,
speaking
the
of the farmer.
heat-wise, yeah.
Speaking of the farmer, I understand.
Yeah.
So if you were to go down to the unpredictable side of it, here's another one. Unpredictability crushes those looking for stability. But if you keep your agility and you're willing and able to pivot, you will thrive. What are they saying?
That's a loaded statement right there.
There's a lot of rhyming,
So-
too.
I don't know if he meant to rhyme. I'm just saying this is
It was
your
a
boy
lot of
Carrie
rhyming.
enough. He's going, unpredictability crushes those looking for stability. So if you think about that right now, I like stability. So when it gets unpredictable, oh my God, what's going on? I don't know how this is going to react.
Yeah.
What are we?
You think you like stability? Look what happened to me.
No, I don't like it. I mean, I do, but I don't. I'm way more unpredictable.
That's true.
Ask Angie. What is coming out of his mouth? Thank. But if you keep your agility and you're willing to be able to pivot, like I was saying, you're able to move, you're going, hey, it's all right. I can change the way I'm doing business. Chick-fil-A, when we met with them and we got the insider look at what they were doing, then you're able to thrive.
Yep.
It's like, dude, I ain't worried about people coming to sit in my restaurant. I'm worried about selling more Christian chicken. And how am I going to sell more Christian chicken? Well, maybe it's not them sitting in my restaurant. Maybe it's delivering to more people quickly.
Right.
Maybe putting more places in place to be able to get this out. Well, it's the same kind of deal when it comes to churches. Unfortunately, the church don't usually pivot very well, and they love stability.
It pivots like the Titanic.
And here's the thing. So here is the God thing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And so he said, I will be the unpredictability. I will cause it. I will allow it. Depending on, sometimes he causes things to happen, sometimes he allows it. That would be the permissive, the perfect will of God, or the
Wow.
I've got some.
I feel
big
like I
stuff
got
in
some
there.
theology.
Yeah, we don't want to go there. None of us
Theology,
are really,
thank you.
none of us are really there. But
Wow.
I'm saying you don't know what's going on, but he caused the unpredictability to go, wait a second, how are we going to do this? And that's why I love Jesus. Because when he showed up, unpredictable started happening, location after location. They wanted stability and religion, and it's 600 and some odd rules, and you do this, and you get this. Woman commits adultery, we kill her, we stone her. That's just how it honors God. And Jesus comes in and says, no, who here hadn't screwed up? I'm defending her. You come with me. I'm picking you. I'm picking the cusser. I'm picking the outlaw. I'm picking the tax collector. Nobody would have predicted that at that time. Now we look at it, but still, knowing his character and what he has done, we still struggle with it.
Sure.
So he's like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to shake the salt shaker to get the salt out the building.
Yep.
What does it
Say
sound
something.
like? What does it sound like?
That's not the same sound.
That salt shaker had a little, I
Had some water in it.
Yeah. It had a little water in it.
I think you need to get a new salt shaker.
Well, this is why this is what you tune in for.
Yes.
Yeah, think tank.
Think tank.
Yep. So, is that pretty interesting?
It's very
That's
interesting.
very interesting.
Now, me, okay, so you have your personality, My personality's over here processing, going, what are you practically going to do with that? And that's where the challenge comes. And that's what we're trying to figure out in the next few weeks is really, what is the future?
So, and again, I'm not saying these are some of the initial thoughts, because it's
Right.
right. Eventually, if you don't have here's I guess the big picture. If you don't have the thought to even be willing to do that,
Right.
you never can even get to that question.
That's right.
So there's a lot of people are just going, no, I'm just is my church at 10 o'clock and is my pew ready? And I'm just going, and then what'll happen is go look at Europe, go look at already church attendance before this happened. It was not nose diving. Examine your own life and why you were going, is this the Christian life? I wake up and this is what this means. I'm viewed or valued based on whether I sat and listened and whether I sang, or whether maybe I did a little project every once in a while, or it goes, wait a second, I'm looking for passionate followers, and I'm going to shake it up to see if I can get you out of the norm, to think outside the box a little bit. And as I said, and it's still a burden to me, when you look at COVID, it is a warning flag for the end of times. Now, I'm not saying he's coming back tomorrow. I'm telling you, he's said he's coming back. He's coming back. And he said that it's going to be like it is right now and worse. And the question is, will we, as believers, be so focused on getting back in the dadgum building that you miss what he put us on the planet to do? That's, to me, is where it's like, we just got to get back in there. How are we going to meet? How can we going to sit? That is not the $1 million question. The question is how are we going to be the church in the uncertain times?
It's true.
And how are you going to put that into action? So it may not have nothing to do with the building. But the reason we can't get over that is because that's all we've ever known, and it's uncertain, and it's scary, and it's not stable, and we don't. And he's like, dude, if you look at Jesus, nothing was stable about what he did. He said, man, I ain't even got a place to lay my head. What are y'all talking about?
Right.
The Son of God don't even have a place to lay. And what are you hollering at? It's like, no. And so that's where we don't like that Jesus. It's like, that's a great statement, but it's like, but I like my big house and my big car, and I don't really want to mess up my retirement. And he's like going, well, that ain't really what I told you to do. So you can look that up. And the church ain't no different. So then it's like exciting, scary, and that's the same what it means to follow Jesus. Them dudes were excited, but then they're like going, where's this cat going?
Right.
I mean, and because they're all mad at him, certain people want to kill him when he gets to a town. They're going to throw him off the rails, the cliff.
The
rails, yeah. They had a rail in Egypt. In Israel.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, there was a big rail.
The Israeli train.
Yeah, and it kept people from going off like they're driving their little carts, their little wheeled buggies out there.
Wow.
It's like a guardrail.
Look, Jesus.
Yeah. Why does he always got to be like a...
It's got to be New York.
No, yeah, man.
Hey.
Hey, I'm walking,
walking here,
I'm
look.
walking. Yeah, that's...
Look out for the rail, Jesus. Don't go off.
They were going to throw him off the cliff
Thank you. With no rail.
with no rail.
With no rail.
Yeah.
I'm off the rail.
I don't remember that story. Not that I'm a biblical scholar.
Okay, so he goes to this town. I don't know where it is. It's in there. Back
It's
half.
somewhere in there.
It's in the back half. He goes in there, and they're so mad at him that they're going to throw him over the cliff because he's saying and doing things that they are not comfortable with.
Right.
And so they're like, man, we're going. And he looks at his disciple. Hey, dude, I think we got to go. Now, he could have done anything, but the story's in there, I think, to say, again, it caused instability. It was like, wait a second. You can go, if you look at Jesus' life, this is a whole nother topic. No one, the Bible had told us about it, but they didn't believe it, and they weren't sure it was going to happen, that he would choose to come in through a virgin, in poverty, in a stable, with mass murder of children going on at the same time. You don't know. That's not the way you'd think you're coming in if you're Jesus. And then if you're thinking you're going to save the world, you don't save the world by dying on a cross, by losing the battle, what it appears to be. Those are all things that's like, it's like a president getting up now, we're going to do something, boom, he's gone. That didn't go well.
Oh, wait a minute. He said it, boom.
That didn't go well.
Then everybody's like dispersed. But instead,
Back to the drawing
but
board.
instead, his followers, which is unpredictable, 11, Jake legs get together and change the world.
Yep.
So it's like, you can't make that stuff up. So then that thousands of years, we're doing a podcast, still talking about that and going, now what does it mean for us in this generation and how we're going? It's the same. Why did he not change? He's the same. So he's going, no, y'all want it in a box and you want it a certain way. And I'm telling y'all, dude, whole thing may be different.
Well, and what I'm sitting here thinking as you're talking is you've got the world out there that is in the middle of this COVID crisis with us. We're all in the same boat. And they're watching and they're going, what's going to be different about the believers in Christ?
And you are right. And this is why I said what I said. I don't know if it was last week or I said it in the office. What concerns me is that.
You said it in the post show.
Is it the post?
Yeah, I think you did it in the post show.
Is that all of these non-believers and outsiders are putting more action and effort into solving problems and doing things than the Christians are, because we're so, I want to cuss so bad.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Darn concerned about getting back to our building.
Right.
They're outgiving the Christians.
By a long shot. And the only reason why is because we're going, how do we got to get back? Get back. It's like crisis has happened. And again, not everybody,
right,
but the majorities. And I think that's where Jesus is like, goodness gracious. I'm giving, and that's why that quote of the scripture last week, he's patient with us.
Mm-hmm.
It's like people are like, well, where's he coming back? If he's coming back, he's like, dude, I am trying my best. It's like, Daddy, I'm about to whoop some tail. You're just about to cross me. So say something again and see if I don't get up out this chair and we end this thing.
That's where I was this morning.
Right. So our Heavenly Father is going, Jesus? Because Jesus said he don't even know when it's going to happen. So Jesus is looking at the day like, is this it? Because they ain't listening.
And I see it. I picture he's like, easy.
He's like, well, no, Jesus probably like, let's say the word.
No, I'm saying God.
Oh, yeah.
To the Father.
Easy.
Jesus is looking up and he's going, easy.
Yeah, because he's being patient.
Right.
He's like, dude, I want no one to be lost. I don't want anybody.
Yeah,
so then it comes back to whether that's a friend or a relative or so whatever's going to go on. And as silly as it is, dude, they were fighting. I mean, you turn on the news right now. The world is fighting over toilet paper, meat. They were fighting over they couldn't get out on the beach, and I have the right to do whatever I want to do, and you ain't going to tell me what I'm not going to do. And the Christians are right up in the middle of it. So I'm going, man, good Lord Jesus. How in the world does the world...
Please.
Child, please. That's what I say. Child, please. How in the world does the world look at us and go, man, God, they're so kind. Man, look at the way they were.
Right.
Man, or is it we right in there mixed with them? That's why he says, you going to go to church, but you going to have a form of godliness, but you ain't going to be it. That's heavy stuff, man. I don't want to be that cat, nor that dog, for what that's worth.
What's our time right now?
We're at I almost said a minute, an hour 12.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
I
probably
think-
enough,
yes.
but because I'm
Yeah.
fired
Boy,
up.
this went
I
by
like
fast.
it, boy. You got on it.
It went by
son.
fast.
I'm glad we waited.
I'd love to know what you're going to title this one. The real,
I'll tell you what I'm
the
gonna title
future.
What's it going to be?
Think tank.
Think tank.
Think tank.
That's perfect.
Well, no, you need to entice them because we didn't get into foolish. There was a little foolishness at the front,
Yeah.
but it got
Minimal.
into, and we got more business to do because leading up these next few weeks, I think you got to be talking about it. So I'd love to know what people are thinking. I'd love to know.
Yes, please comment.
Email us.
Email me.
Yeah.
What's the podcast email?
Podcast at
But it's
thesimplechurch.tv.
plural.
You can podcasts
With a S.
at thesimplechurch.tv. You can comment on Instagram. You can even DM. That's direct message on Instagram.
And please subscribe.
Yes.
Yeah, how many download? Give me like a positive report as we wrap this thing up.
He don't know. He don't know.
Over 2,000.
Yeah, we have.
'Cause it was
last time I
2,000 last
checked-
time.
No, last time I checked, we had 2,400 downloads.
That's pretty good. I did get somebody to
That
come.
was a couple of days ago.
Yeah, but I did get. I walked somebody through how to get to this. Terry Seaman. He's driving. He didn't know how to do it.
Wow.
But
It's on our app.
But it don't matter. They don't know how to do it.
I mean, we just go back to the app.
Yeah.
App.
Yep.
App.
Yep. Download.
Yeah, here,
the app,
hold on.
share
I'm
that.
getting a live report.
Yeah, I want
Talk
real
amongst
numbers.
yourselves.
Oh, that's fine. So, we got a lot of things.
We got to land this plane, so we got to do.
Oh, we're gonna land it. It just takes Scott an hour and a half to figure out how many.
Hey, speaking of planes, while
2455.
there you go.
So 2 days ago, you ain't 50 more people.
Speaking of planes, I heard this morning that very few flights are flying. And of the flights that are flying, this is staggering. Only 6% of the seats are occupied.
All right, so here.
Wow.
All right, so
6.
So you know what they're going to do? They're going to have to pivot. They're going to have to change because the one thing they said they're already doing, and I heard this too along those lines, they're removing the middle seat from all those planes.
Really?
Did you ever think in your life
That'd be nice for a fat guy.
Yes, that would be real nice for everybody. Who likes the middle seat? Nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody.
See, that is unpredictable and a pivoting change.
And it's going to have to be done.
Hello? There we go. Sorry.
Hello? Yeah, hey. How you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Scott?
Yeah, but I'm saying those are the things that all
Right.
these companies are going, how are we going to do this?
Innovation.
Innovation. We got to figure something out.
I bet they figured that out on a think tank.
They
Yeah.
do.
I'm gonna name the podcast Pivot.
We tried to
That's from
figure out how to
Friends.
say Trevitt the other day, too.
Trevitt?
Trevitt.
I don't know.
Trevitt. My
Trevitt.
Chevette. Remember Chevette. Anyway, get out of here. Let's get out of here. Come
All
back
right.
and see us next
All
time.
right, yes. And subscribe today. And please, if you have any comments, email me directly.
It'll make Scott feel better
Yeah.
if you email him.
Because right now, there's only one person that has commented on Podbean, and it's a staff member. So
That's awesome. Thank
There you
you,
go.
whoever that was.
that was Blake.
Till next time.
Bye now.